I'm so excited for today's video because it was our first time taking out our brand new 2020 Scamp trailer camping. So we went away for the weekend in our Scamp trailer, and we just tow our Scamp trailer with our Subaru that we already had. And I have a whole video about the tour on our Scamp trailer, and I'll be making lots of other videos on traveling in it. And we just had such a ball this weekend. It was so much fun getting out. And so I filmed a What I Eat in a Day Saturday edition for you guys. And we just had the best time. So I start each day with a cup of water, and I drank water all throughout the day. I didn't show it the entire time, but I was very hydrated. We also had some coffee in the morning. Sometimes I do coffee. Most times I do matcha lattes, but we brought all of our coffee stuff this trip. And it's an espresso maker that's stainless steel. And I have all of our gadgets that we use today in our Amazon shop under camping linked below. And so the Scamp trailer has two outlets that let us cook outside. We did a custom build when we were buying our Scamp trailer, and I loved it. Cooking outside was so much fun, and I just brought my induction top, and we also brought our milk frother that I'll show you in a second, but it just made the morning so much fun making coffee outside, and I love this specific coffee maker. So I also brought our milk frother, which is one of my favorites, and I frothed up some unsweetened soy milk that's unflavored. The only ingredient is soy milk, and I would say that's around 3/4 of a cup of soy milk that we put in to froth up. And you can see here that our little setup, we also got this little awesome kitchen table that you can set outside that's portable, folds up really nice, and again, everything is linked in our Amazon shop down below. And soy milk is my favorite milk to froth with. It really does do the best job out of all of them. And so it was just really nice having a warm beverage on a colder morning, and we just enjoy this outside. And so I don't sweeten my coffee with anything. It's really just awesome with the unsweetened soy milk. That's all I need. Alright, moving on to breakfast. I did 1/4 cup of steel cut oats for myself, and then did one for my husband. And we added in a bag of frozen raspberries that had thawed out, and there's some cinnamon and ground flax seed in there as well. And again, we just let the frozen, we had it in our cooler, the frozen raspberries, but they already started to thaw a little bit, but we just added them in and it was perfect. I love how vibrant of a color it got. But we're huge raspberry fans with both of us, so it was a good combination to both of us have a fruit that we enjoyed. I also made these little seed pucks, so these are just a little treat. So there's some dates, some oats, some sunflower seeds, some dried cherries, and I can make a video on this in the future if you guys like. We took our puppies on a hike and they got nice and dirty, so they just had the best time as well. And then we had a banana, which I wish it was a little bit more ripe, but it was a nice thing to hold me over to lunch. For lunch, I made our chickpea salad recipe, which is linked up above. I just prepped a little bit at home. So I brought a can of chickpeas that we mashed with our fork. I also pre-cut up the carrots, the celery, the red onion, and we topped it in with some homemade hummus under some greens that I brought. And it really was such an awesome filling lunch. And so we just mixed it all in. The hummus was the salad dressing, and yeah, it really was nice and filling. So here we are with our little setup and enjoying it. But this is one of my favorite meals. It's just very summery. There's a lot of crunch. It has so many different vegetables. It's filling. So if you guys haven't tried our chickpea salad, definitely highly recommend. It's one of my favorite things I have for lunch. We make it pretty much weekly, and it's so good. And my husband's also a big fan. Now, I want to talk about this company, Hop Tea. They sell this beverage that they actually make with tea, just like they do with beer. So it actually doesn't have any alcohol in it, but it tastes like a beer. So my husband definitely loves these, and I just wanted to include it in case you guys were interested. While we don't have alcohol, it's a nice, refreshing drink that's just made with hops and just like with tea. And then I snacked on some veggies with some hummus and pre-cut these up before we came on our trip. And for dinner, I brought the 3-quart Instant Pot. It's really small and easy. And so it's 1 cup of rice and a mixture of rice and farro. I kind of did half and half, so I would say 1/2 cup of farro, 1/2 cup of rice, and then it's the same equal amounts of water. So it was 1 cup of water or 1 cup of vegetable stock. And here goes, I would say around 3/4 cups of a salsa. This was a very spicy salsa that I had. So next time I would like it more mild, but my husband said it was perfect. It was a little bit of a spicy dinner for my preference. And then I would say 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And I'm just kind of like dumping this. It's so easy. And I also brought a can of black beans that are no salt added that I just dumped that in as well. And so this is kind of like a Mexican rice Instant Pot mixture. It was really, really good and simple and did not take much time at all for me to whip up together. And then I just threw the Instant Pot lid on and set it, and it was, like I said, it was really, really good. And so I need to make this more when we are actually at home, because we had a little bit left over for Sunday night for dinner, but it was definitely filling and, like I said, full of flavor from that salsa. And so for when you set it, just to go to pressure level on high, and it's going to cook for 25 minutes, and it came out, like I said, the water to rice and farro ratio was perfect. Nothing stuck to the bottom of the Instant Pot. Everything was cooked all the way through, and it just made for a really nice filling dinner that was nice and hot, which I loved. And then I also steamed up some vegetables. Like I said, I pre-cut some of them, so I had some zucchini that was kind of on its last straw, so I put in the zucchini and I brought my steamer basket. I also went ahead and brought all the vegetables that look like they might not make it through the weekend. So I just kind of did a nice look through our refrigerator, cut up anything that I wanted to bring. I had some broccoli and some bok choy in our refrigerator that I also steamed up for dinner. And again, just made it really, really simple. And I think I also added some cabbage. But it wilted down and mixed in with that Mexican casserole was perfect. So while I do like cooking here, I do always suggest that prepping when you're camping makes life so much easier. The fact that I didn't have to cut anything, I was already brought them in containers that were sealed. It just made a lot of the time for having fun and hiking, and when we were ready for dinner, it didn't take long. So this is a mixture of some cabbage, some carrots that we had that I put on top, and then I just brought everything up to a boil, put the lid on, and it was done within a couple minutes. And it just went so well with that Mexican Instant Pot rice that we made. And so I have a whole grain, I have the beans, I have a vegetable. So perfect. And really, really simple. And so easy cleanup. We loved it. You can see all that color is really awesome. So if you have any vegetables that you are getting ready to go camping and you want to clean out your fridge, highly recommend. This is something we're going to do definitely in the future. And you guys can see here, it was just pretty simple. It did not take long, and we had a really filling dinner that we both really enjoyed. Like I said, I would probably do a medium salsa, but we did a spicy one for this one. So we were talking about making some kind of s'mores mixture, and so while we were doing that, like talking about it before our trip, I thought about doing this, and it worked so good. So open a medjooled date, make sure the pit is out, add a little bit of raw almond butter. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Add in a few dark chocolate chips. And again, you guys know I love a certain brand of dark chocolate chips. You want to seal your date. And these literally were so good. Mark is not a sweets person, and he ate 4 of them because they just were so fantastic. I can't even get over how yummy they are. And then you went ahead and stake your date that's filled. And you're just going to roast it over the fire for like literally not even a minute. Just till all the chips get nice and gooey. And you'll know when it's done. It doesn't take long. You'll start to see the date kind of really blister. And it just is, I can't even describe the taste. It is so good. Like I said, Mark ate 4 of them, and he is not a sweets person at all. And he talked about it like on the drive home. So they're good just to do this, just to put some almond butter and eat them raw. But when you heat them, it's just like perfect. So just be careful, you know, when you grab it off of the steak that you don't burn yourself. And you just slide it off. This is the best way to steak it so that nothing falls apart. And it's just, seriously, the easiest way to eat it is just to shove the whole thing in your mouth. And it is perfect. Like I'm trying to show you all the ooey gooey chocolate chips. Put the whole thing in. It's heavenly, I promise. And that was it. I ate maybe 2 of those dates, and like I said, Mark ate 4, and that was our night, full day of eating. It was so much fun. So leave me a comment what you guys want to see in the future. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys very soon for the next video.